This is the meeting for the EDC, and I do declare that huh? I'm in the Board of Adjustments, sorry, I'm in the wrong meeting. Board of Adjustments, sorry about that. Why was I talking about the EDC? Anyway, I know why, got a pen. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. And we do not have a quorum.
Yeah, we did.
5, yeah, okay, we need 5. 4, sorry. I just woke up. But anyway, we do have a quorum, so we're going to go ahead and proceed with that, and we're going to do the invocation and then the pledge of allegiance. So who's going to do the invocation?
No, not me. Okay.
Not me.
Okay, please stand.
Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the beauty of another day. We pray that you'll be with us, guide us, direct us, help us to do what is right for you and what is right for the city. We pray that you'll be with us, guide us, help us to reach out to those in need. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and proceed. I have one for, I guess we'll wait till we get to that item for item number 2 and item number 3 and item number 4. So with that being said, have y'all reviewed the minutes from the last meeting?
I make a motion that the minutes be approved.
Okay. Margaret first. Do I hear a second? Second. Kenny? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing at whatever time it is. 6:02. Okay. This is discussion, number 2 is this discussion take action to repair or remove the structure at 122 West 7th, legal description, Freeport Block 40, Lot 18, West or W23, Lot 19, E23, property ID number 209280. Was that, do I have discussion? Do we want to hear the citizens' comments
It's
first?
up to you if you would like to hear the citizen comments first.
Do y'all
or
want
if
to
you'd like
go ahead and
present.
make the comment before we discuss this on item number 2?
That would
You
be
want to
great.
wait, or you want to come on up? I asked if you want to do your comments before we discuss it, or do you want to wait till after the discussion? Okay, yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Shelby.
Okay. The first notice was sent on July 16th, 2024 regarding hurricane barrel damage. There have been several conversations with the owner about FEMA. She was informed that the structure was a dangerous structure and would have to be removed. On December 16th, the owner was informed that the city was going to be moving forward to take the structure in front of the Board of Adjustments. The owner has spoken with myself regarding the unsafe structure. On December 23rd, 2024, I declared the building a dangerous structure, and we are recommending that it be demolished. We went by on the 23rd, and no progress has been made in regards to demolition.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, would you like to come up? Yes. Miss Margaret Matthews?
Matthews, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's correct, everything she
Get-
said there. On the 23rd, she came by, and I have spoke with them on several occasions.
Can you speak?
However, I-
Ma'am, can you speak in this,
Okay, I'm
on, just move, you can
However-
move it around.
Okay, I got a big mouth.
Oh, I do too.
However, I am in the process of getting that taken down. I am well aware that it is dangerous, that it's very dangerous. I do not live there, okay? It is a vacant building. How many vacant buildings in Freeport can you drive through that have the same tag I've got on my house that has never been touched and never been torn down? So come on, don't rush me, because I know what has to be done. I'm not compromised, I understand, It's not safe, it needs to come down, it's an eyesore. I have no roof. So how do you live in a place, reconstruct a place with no roof? That is the start of the whole thing right there. So, I mean, you know, the weather's been terrible. I've talked to people, they're on jobs. They're not gonna stop the jobs they're tearing down, come and rush to my aid because this lady says she wants it done like now. It don't happen like that.
How long have you owned this property?
I've been there 39 years.
So it got this way, it didn't get like this way overnight, is what I'm saying, because
Yes,
you're
it
saying.
did. Oh, yes, it did. Barrel tore everything off of it, totally.
Were you living there prior to Barrow?
Yes, that was my major residence, homesteaded, been there 39 years. So, she can tell you the extensive damage that Barrel did to the house. It was
So-
not that way before.
So Shelby,
Ma'am,
how-
are you planning to try to fix it, or are you planning
No,
to
well,
tear it
I'm
down?
going to tear it down.
Okay.
It is not fixable, sir.
I agree with you, I didn't think so either. That's all I wanted,
And rain's constantly coming in, there's no roof. So, I mean, it's a two-story building, but I mean, water goes down. So that means it's coming from the top to the bottom. There's nothing down there at all. I've gotten most of my personal belongings out of there. I immediately found another place to stay in Freeport, because I'm not leaving. Nobody's running me out of here, okay?
good.
no, I just
Sure.
want to ask you a question. We're talking about tearing it down, so if you need more time to tear it
I
down,
need more time. I'm talking with Lucky Gilbert, and he has told me he will help me find he's already found the person to get it done. I have to come up with the money to pay them, okay? Nobody does anything for free.
Do you know how much time you're gonna need? How much time?
I can make progress every 30 days if I'm given that, you know? I mean, it's not gonna disappear overnight. I'm not a demolition company, one man demo, one woman demo, I'm not that. It doesn't happen like that, so it's gonna be a process. But I will work and get it done. I
Okay.
am not just gonna let it look like a slumlord like everybody else does around me. And I can point out tons of places, and they've been there for years like I have been there, and they've done nothing. So,
I got a question for Shelby. When is the first time that you made contact with her about the dangerous structure?
Well, a letter was, her first
Here,
letter
Patty.
was sent out. Patty Foster with the building department. Her first letter was actually sent about a week after Beryl. That was basically for them to start reaching out and seeing what kind of assistance and stuff they were gonna get. And then,
and I have given to FEMA, because they're, you know, they have a lot of red tape that you have to do also. Okay, everything they've asked me for, and they've assisted with pictures and saying that the building's unsafe. I have forwarded all that to them so they can look at it also. They have to make a determination. If there's no building there, sir, they can't make a determination. I have pictures of my house before the storm, I have pictures after the storm, and it's totally, you wouldn't believe it. My yard's devastated, and I kept the best yard in the neighborhood. And, I mean, but that's Mother Nature. Who can whoop God? Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
Thank you, ma'am, appreciate you. So, in your opinion, how much time would be good to give her time to? 90 days, 60 days, what do y'all think?
That is up to your discretion
What do you-
as in terms of.
90?
And also, has the structure been secured? Has the structure been secured?
As in terms of it right now, somebody actually did probably try to force their way in, so the front door is kind of slightly ajar. Some of the windows actually are not boarded up at the current moment. No, sir, it has not been secured.
does she understand that y'all could demolish it and just put a lien on her property?
We have discussed that, yes, sir.
And she just not open to that?
As in terms of that, I think she would probably like to have the time frame to work on it herself.
Well, I've got people that are gonna help me now. I personally cannot physically do it, okay? But I do have people lined up. I've got a guy that's gonna cut the carport down, so, but it takes time, I mean, you know. First of all, I had to go find somewhere, a whole new place in 39 years to reestablish my house up, okay? That takes time. And you don't just fix that overnight, I'm sorry.
Yes, and we actually been working with you in regards to something along the lines of that. I understand this isn't gonna be a short process. As in terms of, but usually we actually ask people to work with us as in terms of Board of Adjustments and when we're bringing something in front of the board. The only reason why it's gotten this is because of the time frame of how long it has been allotted to sit. So, of course, this has been since July. We are now in January.
Half the year, and, you know, I've seen people still struggling from poverty, and that was a long.
Well, okay, let's talk about this one right now. The question is, can you secure the doors and the windows so that nobody can get in there? It's dangerous.
Yes, ma'am, I go usually every day, and I open the front and back doors, and then I shut them back. The windows, some of them are out, the whole frames have been pulled out of so they have to be boarded up with plywood.
So what you're saying is right now, somebody can go and physically go in there.
Yeah,
It's open. See, that's very dangerous.
but I can secure that. I mean,
If you could,
yes. Immediately, I can get that.
okay?
So as in terms of securing, probably 10 days would actually be our best bet on that.
10
which
days,
is-
okay.
That's what we are as in terms of our allotted times. And then in regards to the demolition, it's up to you guys to make the determination,
you say
36
90
or
days?
90.
I would say would be fair to give a maximum that we can is 90 days.
Okay.
With the understanding that the building will remain secured.
Okay,
throughout that time.
okay, can you make that
With 30-day checks in between the 90 days.
If that's possible for
Hold on, we're trying to figure out how to do the motion. We're trying to figure out how to do the motion, hold on.
Yeah, I'll make the motion that we give her 90 days with the understanding that the building will be kept secured in that time. And, I mean, that's the maximum that we can give, ma'am.
I understand that. That gives me plenty of time, sir, to get everything certified with FEMA.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm still working with them, and you do not rush FEMA. You wait
I understand.
patiently.
Yes.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have first from Mary and second from Margaret. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And you understand what the motion was? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Secure the property immediately, within 10 days. I mean, the doors they lock. I have keys, I can unlock them. But I come every day and I open it to let this air out. There's so much water in there, which is totally ridiculous. But I can lock them back every night, and I can get plywood put over the windows. In fact, a guy came through and asked me about doing that the other day, and I was like, well, that's a waste of time, because I'm going to tear it down. I'll never live there again.
Okay. So Shelby, you're going to give us an update?
Yes, ma'am.
Or how, if it's progressing? After 90 days, if it's not demoed, then we'll take action.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, can you close the public hearing by chance?
Yeah, I'm going to close the public hearing, I apologize, and then the motion was made to give them 90 days to secure, and so she's going to go ahead and start the process. Okay? Okay, so with that being said, we're going to move on to item number 2. Discuss and take possible action to repair or remove the structure at 122 West 7th. Legal description. Oh, that's the one, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong one. What happened? Yeah, yes, I did. I'm on okay, this one's the one we did. Number 3 is discuss and take action to repair or remove the structure at 24 North A. Legal description, Velasco Freeport Block 502, Lot 123, property ID 260202. Do we have a discussion on that?
So, on 24 North Avenue A, a fire took place on July 8th, 2024, per the fire inspection report. The structure is over 50% damaged and would need an engineering report and plans for repair. The structure was declared a dangerous structure by the building official, myself, on 12/23. The building department reached out to the owner on November 4th and indicated that they were waiting on the insurance company to settle so they could tear it down within 2 weeks. As of 1/21/20, excuse me, that's a typo, 2025, there has been no progress. We went by again today, and the violations are still present. The owner hasn't reached out to us in regards to a plan of action. So I actually did speak with this on the terms of the fire marshal, and he did say recommendation for demolition as well.
Yes, did y'all read that report attached to your packet? I did read that report. Would y'all, I do have a request to come up and speak. Melinda Gonzalez.
Yeah, for one, I never said it was gonna be knocked down within 2 weeks. We are waiting for insurance still, and just like she said, we agree with everything she just said. You can't rush the insurance, can't do anything. You know, we've called them, we've talked to them, and we waited for them to say something. We've yet to hear from him. I called him every day, you know, and asked him to send me something, saying that they're still working on it. And he just said, we are working it for somebody. Because it's a double brick house, it's hard to knock down the house, and with them just saying, okay, let's knock it down. It's not a regular house, so it costs more to knock it down because it's more material and it's a heavier structure. So it's gonna cost more than what the insurance is looking to pay. So they've been trying to find somebody else to go and knock it down, and that's been the issue. You know, so they've been looking for somebody. We've been looking for somebody. We just reached out to somebody that said they could help us, but we're still waiting on the insurance. And so with all the harassment and stuff, it's been difficult, you know, trying to get our kids settled down, you know, to get them back into school, get them a house to stay in. We were homeless, but it was kind of hard to say that the city cared because all we were doing was getting harassed by the city over and over and over again. And we did call her, we did talk to her, she was right. We did talk to her, but I never said, oh, it'll be settled in 2 weeks. We never said that. She did say, I'll call you again in December, which she didn't. And so that's been that. I mean, we're just waiting for the city to do something. And she's right about the buildings that are around the area that need to be torn down. There was a house, a building right across the street from our house that was there condemned forever. And some people hid there and broke into our house because of that building. So I agree with her that yes, and it belonged to the city. And I agree with her. There's plenty of structures that should be done, that they shouldn't. I understand that the house isn't dangerous, but we boarded up our house. You know, nobody's gonna get in. And we check every day. We drive by every day, you know, so yeah, we watch this house. We still go cut the grass. We throw, you know, if there's trash in the yard, we still pick up the trash. We always have, but we've always been harassed. You know, she's always come to our house, even before then, to harass us about this and harass us about that. It's no HOA, you know, that's the thing, and that's what worries us, you know. We're not trying to do anything bad. We all want to move on from this. You know, my kids need to move on. We need to move on. We just got ourselves a house, and we're trying to, but we just need the time.
What is your time?
Mind you, we are both full-time workers. We both have full-time jobs.
Yeah, that never
We
stopped.
can't just stop what we're doing, because bills are not gonna stop. We can't just stop what we're doing, but we are working on a plan. I've already reached out to a guy that said he would knock it down as soon as the insurance. We already submitted this amount to the insurance, and hoping we get a reply so that way we can hurry up and knock the house down. Because we just want to just be done with it already.
We wanna be done
But
with
it's not us. If I can snap my fingers and make it disappear, I will. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems to y'all that would be the easier thing, but it doesn't work like that. Everything is a process.
So I have a question for you, since you are obviously having an issue with your insurance company. Have you tried contacting the Texas Insurance Board and ask them to assist you to get this claim processed a little
No,
faster?
because, I mean, the insurers worked great with us up until this point. You know, we never had any problems with them until them trying to get this. This has been the issue.
And
So,
we've been in Freeport all our
Forever.
lives. You know, if you look at, you can pull up the record on that house. Our taxes always been paid on time. Everything from the water, the sewage, everything's been paid on time. We never had an issue, you know. But hey, disaster happened, and that wasn't because we chose for that to happen. It just happened, you know. And you know, we got uprooted out of a place that our kids were grown. They were born and raised in that house. If it wasn't for that, we would still be here. We would still be in that house right now. You know, living in that house, and you know, it hurts because, you know, I get up, I go to work every day to pay, to make payments, to support, put a roof over my kid's head, and for something to just come, and then now we're being rushed. And I feel like, you know, I feel like the city is, you know, that we, you know, paid lots of money to, you know, she works for the community of schools. She helps out the community here in Freeport because she works here in Freeport. And I feel like, you know, it's like you're rushing us to do something that has nothing, that we can't do. We can't do that. I was even telling her I would even pay it out of my pocket to hurry up and get it knocked down. But, you know, why am I paying insurance if they're, you know what I'm saying? And then I got to turn around and do something myself. You know what I mean? And it's just a weight on the insurance. That's all it is. You know, that's the only hindrance that's holding us back. And they already know, because like now, you know, we've been submitted. We've been.
It's
Every
not
day.
like we're not trying, you know, we have not,
We're honestly
it's not for
trying.
lack of
We're
trying.
Did the insurance company settle with you on the fire damage?
Yes.
Yes.
But they have funds allocated for knocking down the house.
Because we told them, because they asked us too, if we want to rebuild it or demolish it. But since the brick was compromised, because the fire went in between it, we told them just, we're going to go ahead and demolish it, knock it all the way down. But we're waiting on them. They're the only hindrance that's stopping us. Because if it was up to me, I'd knock it down.
We
right
would
now,
have already
you know.
done it a
I'll
long
knock
time
it
ago.
down.
It just pains us every time we have to go there. You know, these are memories that we created there.
It's not,
But the insurance company did pay you, totaled it out.
yes, they
No
told
total
it
damage.
out. They told it out. But they're in the package that we paid for the insurance. They're the ones that are gonna pay for the demo.
So they haven't actually given you a check to demo it?
No.
They're waiting on?
We're waiting on
Yeah.
them. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
waiting on them.
Because if they did,
Understand.
then we would have just jumped at it and saying, hey, let's find somebody and go and do this, you know? But we don't have that. It's not.
Have you got any idea how long it's gonna be before you get the information?
If I could tell you a timeline, I would, but I honestly
I mean,
don't know.
But we've got the time limits we've gotta go with, so.
We can give you the maximum, I mean, 90 days,
And then we can.
if
that way
the
we
other
can,
board members agree, but since it's been brought before us, that's the maximum we can give, but
that way
I
we
understand the
can
insurance.
put the pressure on the insurance. Tell them, look, they're only
Yes.
giving us 90 days.
Yes.
There
And
you
I
go.
told
We can
him,
get it in writing, that way we can submit it to him and show him.
Can we
proof
give-
that y'all are giving
It's
us
up to you to
90
make the
days to come up with something to, you know, get a contract
Okay.
or something. And I told her, I got a guy out of Freeport, and he said he'll come and he'll knock it down for a good price. And I told her, well, let's submit it to the insurance, and I think she already did.
I already did.
So we're trying to hurry up and just get it knocked down, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
We're
and
trying to
I've
just
told them
move on,
over and over
move on,
again,
move
and
on.
I've even showed him the forms that came from the city, and I said, look, they keep telling me, we need to do something, and it's
I-
just-
The only concern or something that caught I hate that you think that the city's harassing you. I mean, that's not what we're about.
it sure
You know,
feels that way.
You know, you're between a rock and a hard place, you know, you're waiting on your insurance, but then again, you know that we have to do what we have to do. Shelby and them, that's what they're hired for, to go out there, and yeah, there's a lot of,
Real quick question.
Yes.
On the application, there's nowhere on the application of the city of Freeport that says harassment. I got no trespassing signs on my property because I don't want nobody going on my property that I pay for.
Absolutely.
But
'Cause you're
people-
liable.
But people are still coming on my property.
Well,
People are
see,
still
that's
coming on
something
my
that we
property.
cannot- we-
And that's, to me, that's harassment. If you do it.
Well,
more
no,
than once,
because
if
you know
do it
what?
More than twice, that's harassment. That's harassment.
you're talking about the city?
Yes, ma'am, I'm talking about.
What do you
the
mean
city.
it's harassment?
It's
When
harassment.
you've got an unsafe building,
It's unsafe, but not by my hands.
well, the thing is, who?
It was by Mother Nature. And I didn't do this. I didn't set my house on fire. I didn't.
Yeah, it happened because of Hurricane Beryl, and the tree fell because of the windstorm that happened.
The
and
Mother
city's-
Nature.
The
Caught
city's
fire.
responsible for not having water to put the fire out. We would have had less damage had there would have been water in the system. When they went to go plug into the thing, there was no water. Then the city fire department went and parked right in front of my gas meter and never turned it off. And when the fire came across the gas pipe, it blew my roof because the city didn't turn the gas off when they parked literally right in front of it. they're part of liable, you know what I'm saying? They're liable too. So they got issues, we all got issues, we all got problems, we all got things that are happening, but I'm not bringing none of that up. I'm not trying to go hire no lawyer to do anything. I just wanna get the house knocked down, but I need
Okay.
time. Because it's not my fault. Like I said, if I can snap my finger and make the insurance bend to my knee, you know what I'm saying, and I will, but I can't. I'm only doing what I can. That's why I'm asking. If y'all can submit a paper saying that this is proof, saying that the
Yes.
city is urging us to hurry up and not, because we understand, yes, it got to come down. We know that. We know it's a hazard. But you can go in anybody's house, and I can go in your house, you know what I'm saying, and it could be a hazard. And your house could be in perfect condition. It doesn't matter, you know, I understand that the house is bad, but it's not falling out, it's falling in, it's just the roof caving in, because the house is double brick, like she said. There's no wood or anything
Right.
that was as far as integrity that was compromised, except just the roof coming down with a fire swept across.
Yes, sir. Do I have any more discussion from you guys up here?
I'd like to ask Shelby a question.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to give them something to just show that the board has given X amount of days that?
We do actually do that. After you guys make the motion, we actually do have, you come and
The
sign
90
them actually, as in terms of what your orders are. So,
Make a motion to give them 90 days to.
Yeah. That's the,
It's haunted.
90 days is the maximum amount of damage, insurances and all this.
Okay, go,
It's kind of, get the document that you need.
so you're making the first motion right there? Oh, Kenny, you made the motion for 90 days? And Sammy, okay. Kenny,
The house is boarded up, there's, like, everywhere the fire department,
Take care of it before you should.
yes, sir, everything the fire department, the windows broke, we boarded them all up. There's no
okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. And now that we're going to take the action to, yeah, good luck, to give him 90 days. And of course, Kenny made the motion, and then second with Sammy, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, item number 4, updates on repair orders and demo. Shelby, you're going to give us an update on 119 West 6th Street, 802 West 7th Street, and accessory structure 120 West 4th Street and 411 Shellfish. It's your nickel.
all right. 119 West 6th Street, the structure was removed, and the lot has been graded per the city contractor per your order of October 2024. Okay. 802 West 7th Street, the accessory structure of the garage, the structure was removed, and the lot has been graded by the city contractor for your order of October 24th of 2024. 120 West 4th Street, the structure was removed, and the lot was graded per the contractor of the BOA order of October 24th of 2024. 411 Sailfish Lane. So as in terms of him, we have actually made progress in the removing of the dilapidated boats out of there. They also have construction fencing around the property to keep the area secured, along with no trespassing signs. The apartments on Boat Dock F have all been vacated. They have been updating us as in terms of where they are, as in terms of like bidding processes and whatnot. They are weighing their standards as in terms of finding the right contractor, because they are getting quite a fluctuation as in terms of bids. And before they proceed, they would actually like to make sure they have the right and proper contractor, because whenever they're actually uncovering something, they're finding 10 more problems underneath of it. So I was able to actually get in touch with Mr. Cade today in terms of Ryan. He did actually update me with an email from January 2nd. He wanted to give an update on the progress on the demo and redevelopment. He is still excited about the opportunity about what the property offers. His group had a meeting on January 3rd. They were still trying to come to an agreement as in terms of the demos and the bulkhead contractors they will use. He will still meet with city staff and pull the appropriate permits to start the phases. As he got deeper into the project, he continued to find new challenges that he keeps on having to address. It's become an even bigger project than what he initially expected. Because of this, things have taken extra time and cost to continue to interview contractors and looking for opportunities to value engineers, so they're still committed to their goal with trying to finish the project. It's just that it is taking a timely process as in terms of getting boats up and proper bidding. So, like I said, I did speak to him today in a cell phone conversation, and he is more than willing to come to the next BOA to provide his
Yes.
full-on update.
Yeah, I'd like for him to come.
Yes.
Also, okay, is that it?
Yes.
Carla Clark has some comments from item number 4.
Carla Clark, 411 Sailfish. On 9/26, Commissioner Ryan Cade came to this Board of Adjustments and stated that they were going to begin demolition and restoration within 30 days. They were granted a 60-day extension per the Board of Adjustments. He spoke that they had a 7-phase project that they were going to bring to the city. As for my public records in request on 1-3, that project phase has not been submitted to the city. And this has been over 100 days since we were promised on 9/26, or you were promised, and the residents of Bridge Harbor or the Bridge Harbor condominiums also, that you would receive this. Nothing has been done. We have tried to get, or I have tried to get in contact with Mr. Cade to no avail, and I believe Shelby has had a very hard time getting in touch with him also. We cannot get a hold of anyone. We don't know what is going on. And this has all been done since 9/26 at your meeting. 100 days. You talk about to the other people 90 days, and this type of thing, they've had 100 days, and they don't even contact the city. The steel safety containers are there. They just a couple of weeks ago put a couple of orange plastic things out with cones. Those blow over or get run over. There's still a sunken boat that was there on 9/26, right at the entry, and another boat still there, just sitting there. The one that's underwater has got so much green moss and mold on it. All you'd have to do is like put a rope on it and it'd fall in. The people of Bridge Harbor that are there full-time as residents are seniors and handicapped. We would like to understand from this group what their intentions are. Mr. Ryan Cade, County Commissioner, said that they have 5 different partners and that you would see something like you would see in Florida at the 9/26 meeting this summer at Bridge Harbor. There is no way that that would be done. There's still blue shredded tarping hanging from the buildings. The gate is never locked. Anyone can go in there. It's supposedly only the people that are on the boats on the floating pier, but anyone can go in there. There's been no repairs made. The bulkheading is such a problem. The falling in of the tennis courts is just horrendous, and it never stops. We have been given promises. We've been given promises, commitments, agreements. None of these have come to be true. Everything has failed. It would be wonderful for the Bridge Harbor LLC to come and do what they promised us they were going to do. But at this point, after 100 days that they promised you, and 100 days before that, before the storm, they started vetting people. They had people out there. They had contractors out there. And they were looking at this thing. So at that time that they were looking, they were going to buy it, as you remember, before the storm, and then they backed out. They had contractors out there looking before the storm. And still they haven't had time to vet these contractors. Something tells me that that is just not right. Absolutely nothing has been torn. The metal on the top of the roof over on FDOC where the people were vacated, when the wind blows, it just flaps a big old piece of tin. It's gonna be in the water in one of the houses over in the housing community. It's not been taken care of at all. The bulkheads, the water has been so low, it would have been prime time to get in there and fix those bulkheads anywhere. The bulkheads are a serious, serious problem. The condominiums, which I live in, which is now reside, the owners, the residents that live there are all seniors and handicapped. And we live out there and we don't know what's going on. And we've asked and we've sent emails and we've called and done messages, but no one agrees to meet with us. So it's been the same with the city. Nobody has met with them after you promised these 7 phases and 5 people that are gonna come and make it great again. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clark, appreciate it. With that being said, you have had updates from,
Yes,
Yeah.
he actually reached out to me this
Yes,
afternoon, is in
yes.
regards that the biddings and all of that, he's still following all the proper procedures.
Okay.
GLO, reaching out to Army Corps of Engineers, all of that. I mean, we're just one step of the process.
On 926, they said they had everything done with the GLO, and they had everything done.
So-
Everybody came up here and said everything was done with the
As in-
engineers and the GLO and the Coast Guard.
As in terms of what he actually updated me today, as in terms of the abandoned boats that are in the water and everything, he actually had to work with GLO as in terms of getting those abandoned boats up and out of the water. And also when they put divers in there, they actually found some unforeseen things underneath as well.
yep,
Okay. If you listen to that 926 recording, you will see that all that he said, that it was all approved. Just saying.
okay.
You can't say it this way and then come back.
Okay,
and say
can
it
we,
like this.
excuse me, can we go ahead and invite him to our next meeting to give us
Yes,
an update?
he just wants to know what date, and then we will be able to
Well,
go ahead and
once
bring
we
him us in terms of
decide.
updates.
Do-
There's a lot more going on out there.
Yes, there is. There is. Yes.
So,
When will the residents have any of this information?
Come to the next meeting, and we'll give you the information. But with that being said, do I have any other discussion, any concerns, any questions? Make a motion to adjourn by Kenny, second.
I'll second.
Margaret, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you.